View of the current video settings and way to render out a video in After Effects. So um, just watch and listen. You can apply this to your own project. So I'm applying it to project 2, which is this painting landscape. But essentially, After Effects has changed every 12 to 24 months how they would like you to get a file out of their system, because you can't just send a client this complex layered file and expect them to be able to see it. You have to pull it all together as one little file that they can just watch. Now that's very different than sending someone the working art files. So this lesson is about how to render an actual video that you can then either send to clients, that you can upload to discussions, or that you can upload to YouTube. So once you're in After Effects and you've created whatever you're going to create, while that is composition, your final composition, whatever it may be, is on the screen, go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. It's going to open up this tab and you'll see it's very small, but you will see this overall. Let me pull this out a little larger. Panning landscape overall is what it's going to be rendering into one video. You can click on all 4 of these things. I'm going to click on these 3 first. Best settings, we're going to leave best settings. Sometimes this can get turned down to weird drafts or wireframes if you're working in very large files and you want them to be a little bit smaller, but we want to leave it at best. You could do very similar with the resolution, but we're going to leave it at full. We can see the size and all of these things look good. So we say okay. Then let's click on this output module. Right now, what we are liking, and we've changed render ways, we've changed format favorites. Things have changed many over the years. We used to do a lot of QuickTime, quite a few of these. Right now, we're currently in this H.264. When you look at these, I want you to think of JPEGs and PDFs versus PSD files versus .ai files. It's just file types essentially, and they all are helpful in different ways, but this H.264 is the most common right now. We're going to leave it at RGB, right, because that's what we're keeping this at. We don't even have CMYK. Alpha has to do with transparency, so that's a more advanced feature. At this point, I will just let you know that if you had audio, you would need to come down here and make sure that that was checked. But we look good with millions of colors, and we're going to say okay. Then this output 2 is very, very important. Where is this even going? Where is this even going? Do we even know? So make sure that you are, like, I'm in my documents under my Brenda folder, under my motion graphics folder. So make sure you know where you're at. Label it properly, that gives you proper search options, and then add your name. That's so important in these so that I can tap them back to who they belong to. It always helps when you're searching or if you've got a file that's lost. So you can also see file format. Right now it's going to end up as a .mp4. That's what this codec is changing this to, a .mp4, and that is fine. We're going to hit save. We're going to hit replace because I already had one. That's fine. And then it's still not done. The last thing we need to do is hit render. At this point, it's going to render this out for us. It's going to go through all these frames, compile them into one pretty little video that, again, we can either send the video if we're able to, or we can upload it to YouTube if we needed to. And now we go and we look for that file under Documents, Brenda, Motion Graphics. And here's this little video that I could always find. It comes out nice and large. You can always shrink it down if you need to. And someone could play whatever your video would be. So keep that in mind with rendering, and always stay current in the most current way of doing renders.